Hello everybody, this is Desmond YGO here, back again. Just got over having a massive headache, so don't be surprised if I stutter a little bit. I wanted to finish off this recording today though, because I don't think I would have much time to do it otherwise. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this video quick, well at least the introduction quick. Today I'm just gonna be talking about my opinion of what's been going on in the Discord, stuff like that. Nothing bad at all, thankfully. This is probably the best Discord server I've been in years. The custom card server, but I just want to talk about it, talk about some of the things, just give a less, I guess, like a less formal speak on the server, just like, my opinion, stuff I think could improve, stuff I think might not be able, might not need improving, stuff that maybe an issue going forward, stuff like that, and then, just overall talking about how I've been, because some people don't know where I disappeared to, stuff like that. For those who are new, you wouldn't know about that, but I did disappear for a very long time on this channel, so I'll get to that in a bit. So, first things first, I just want to get this out the way. As for what I'm playing pure Cyber Dragons. Don't ask. I was bored and I decided to play a brain dead deck. As for the server, just as an opinion base, I think the server is great. I don't have a problem with any of the people in there. Generally, they tend to be very nice, and even when we have disagreements or even potentially arguments, none of them take it personally. None of them try to make people feel down. Is generally a very, very positive place. So for those of you players who I know there's some of you out there that are probably like, man, I hate these people that are just keep complaining or keep calling me dipshit all the time. Well, there you go. Now, I'll be completely honest and say that I might think you're a dipshit sometimes for some things that some people say. But that doesn't mean that, I'm going to come out and, start bashing on you for no reason. But let's get into just the more important stuff now that I've given my little disclaimer. And my overall opinion. I think there is two things that needs to be worked on. Just overall in the server. Just in my opinion. Straight up. Firstly, we need to streamline the way we get cards in. It is taking us almost a week to get maybe 2-3 archetypes in, and some of them are, in between the 5 to 7 card range. Some were like 10 plus. The 10 plus ones obviously are going to take a bit longer, but 5 to 6 cards generally we could knock out very quickly. Main things I want to say with this, because I think this is the biggest thing that slowed it down, and I think until we get like a massive increase in server size and a massive increase in staff for the server, I don't think we can run this functionally the way we've been running it. And what that is that we probably shouldn't be going too far with PCST, for those who don't know, problem solving card text. PSCT. Problem solving card text. Main thing with that is that I think personally that is the slowest part of this, because we have to have somebody not only write up the PCSD, which I just call it PCST, it's problem solving card text, but whatever, it's how I say it, the acronym, shut up. Main issue is that we need to have somebody writing it out, then the person who's originally there needs to go back, go into the card, copy the entire thing, and then keep running it back. But the issue is that should any balancing changes be made, the entirety of it has to be redone again, generally. Main issue is that takes a lot of time, and if the creator of the card does not have the time or does not have, the greatest enthusiasm with doing it, it could cause delays and stuff like that, and that's stuff that we shouldn't have too much of. Which is where do I find a solution for this? Well, I wouldn't say go for perfect like we've been trying. I would say go close to it. But for things that are functionally the same, but would not confuse a player, or would not do anything to confuse a player, I think should just be completely not even cared about. So, like, a great example that I had recently, I'm not going to call out who did this because it's not worth, I'm not going to start beef with somebody over something that's frankly just a small disagreement, but Graveyard versus GY, even though GY was added into the game and has not been used in cards since, by definition, because of when, PSCT had come out, Graveyard is still technically PSCT. It is just an older version of it, but they are still both functionally legal, even if the cards haven't been reprinted with it, meaning that it is still technically PSCT because there's no errata for it to change that. So, in situations like that where it's Graveyard or something like that, or it's literally the exact same thing but maybe phrased a tiny bit differently, I can agree. I can say that stuff like that should not be cared about to any extent, because frankly most people aren't going to care. And the thing is that in custom cards, there's a lot of times where effects may be made that can't even be described very well properly. Another good example is one of my field spells says linked monsters of a certain archetype. Dude, that is so annoying to try and write out in card form. But that's just one example of something that might need to change. Another big thing that I think might need to change, just for the overall, is scheduling. Frankly, right now we are just working on when can we do this, basically. So it's basically just whenever we have a time to, people are on back and forth. Now granted, I'm completely fine with that aspect of it. The main thing is that whilst we try and schedule things, some people may not understand when the scheduling is happening, so that can cause a lot of really bad confusion. A great example being, up until Friday this week, we didn't know when our first tournament was going to be scheduled. Now, I'm not going to say when it's going to be scheduled because, well, it hasn't been announced yet. But the thing is that none of us knew until, or at least none of us knew for certain until, yesterday. Aside from the host, which, can kind of be an annoyance, because then, it makes everyone start rushing, and then it makes us try and do things in a way that might be unproductive. And even to me, trying to work on all this stuff has probably been a partial reason as to why I had a headache the entirety of the day, was because I was just overstressed on trying to work on shit. So I think those two things are the biggest things that I would say either need changing or just need to, in the case of card text and stuff like that, just be lowered on the scale of, because frankly us trying to go for perfection is just going to slow us down at this point, and it's going to cause issues down the road. Now on to me. I'm going to go over the personal stuff. Now, since obviously I haven't posted on this channel up until, a couple days ago. I think I maybe streamed once. But I'll even check that too right now. But essentially, for those that don't know, at the time my channel was having issues because my main channel and my PlayStation accounts associated to them were banned because of a person online who, because of people online who, frankly, were being terrible people, treating others like shit, and the usual stuff you would see people hate doing. But then I ended up calling them out on it, and they started false reporting me and blah blah blah. Essentially just ended up me getting banned for a month or two. But the issue is that I couldn't play anything, and the main account that I used to do my playthrough of the game on of this game, Legacy of the Duelist, was permabanned essentially because it was a friend's account who had given it to me, and he had never given me the changed password, nor has he given me the written password at the time. So I have no way to access that account anymore, so therefore I have lost over probably a couple years worth of stuff doing that. So, it's basically, that's one of the main reasons why I stopped uploading, was that I just didn't have a want to upload on this channel because of how much shit happened in between the time where I stopped uploading and then where I tried to start uploading again, and then that happened. But frankly, now I have some, I have new people helping out, specifically on, giving me inspiration. I have friends in the Discord who now that I am officially publishing for the Discord to an extent, is very, very, I guess, motivating towards everything that I've been doing. And, yeah, overall, that's pretty much it as to where I've been and what's been going on, why the channel just stopped. With all that being said, though, I don't have really much else to say, guys. Though, probably tomorrow, I'm not sure if I have a chance, but tomorrow, or actually no, it would definitely have to be tomorrow, I will try and do a live stream on YouTube for this game, just like, me playing casually and using some of my more stupid decks, probably. So if anyone wants to check that out tomorrow, please do. It'll probably be around, if anything, it'll be around 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. So, with all that being said, though, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed me, just talking for a bit. And, yeah, I'll be seeing you guys all later.